Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. Um, it's November 26th, 2022, and it's the day after England versus USA in the World Cup 2022. And I just wanted to get on YouTube to give my reaction to that game. You know, I kind of feel like if you're a neutral and you had no skin in the game for USA or England, that you probably thought the game was a boring game. But I didn't find the game a boring game. I don't mind games like that, 0-0. Um, before the game, my prediction was that it would end 1-1. And I was not too far off. It ended 0-0. Because just living in this part of the world here, and I watching the USA men's national team a lot, and familiarity with England national team and their coach. I just knew that USA they're gonna come out and they're gonna run their butts off, and they're gonna contest everything in that game. That's just how they are. Many times they lack in quality compared to the bigger football nations, so they try to make up on it on effort and sheer American grit. And so that's exactly what I expected yesterday from the U.S. men's national team. A team that, they were elated to just get the game over with yesterday, just to get, the 1 point. Where, in my opinion, if you want to be taken as a serious world power in soccer, you need to kill that game. You need to win it. Never mind the draw. You need to win the game. I mean, at the end of the day, yesterday for the U.S. men's national team, if they lost, what would have been different? They would have had 1 point. Wales would have had 1 point. Iran 3. They're still going to need to beat Iran, so why not go for it? Instead, to end the night, you see Greg Berhalter, I don't know if it was his decision. I have to believe it was his decision. Just play the ball short, to run the rest of the clock out, rather than sending the ball into the box for maybe a last gasp header. It's the difference between, that's a difference between, teams that are serious about winning the World Cup and teams that are, just happy to get a draw. You see it in the 2014 World Cup when Portugal played USA, and they fought all the way to the death, and they got a goal and tied the game up. But I don't want to be all gloom and doom here. That's what I expected yesterday. The U.S. national team to put on a hard-fought effort, which they did, and they kind of dominated the long stretches of the game, but they don't have nobody that can put the ball in the net. And when I say dominate, I'm talking about they had the good run of the play. Let's be realistic here. They weren't peppering what's his name, Pickford, over there with all these shots and everything. These were low percentage shots that were taken on the goalie. So the statistics may show that USA had more shots, but let's be real. They were not high percentage shots. Most of them. I mean, I know you had that McKennie one where went over the bar, and then you had that Pulisic one that hit the crossbar. But so what else? The USA got 1 point and England got 1 point. Regarding England, if you thought that England was going to come out and win 6-0 against United States, you're naive. I mean, the U.S. men's national team, they may not be the most technically gifted team in the world, for the past 20 years, but they do come and they put in a good shift and try to get a positive result, whether it's a draw or a win. Only difference this time is that the U.S. men's national team, they were playing more football. England, I mean, if I'm an England fan, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I know they got 1 point, but the Southgate over there, I think his thought process is that this is part of the process. We got a point, we're still in first place. I get that whole spiel, but when you're, like when you're supposed to be like a strong team in world football, and you're hanging on for dear life, it's not a good look, especially to your fans, and especially to people trying to see who's going to be the strongest team to win the World Cup. I wouldn't put my money on England to get anywhere close to winning the World Cup. I mean, if you want to be a World Cup champion, you need to go into the game and win the game, not this wait and see type approach, which just seems like England did. They went out to the game. They're like, we're not going to take it to this team. We're going to see what happens. Wait until they make a mistake. Maybe we could get a indirect kick, or maybe we could catch them out and try to get a goal. And it felt like they were very happy with getting the 1-1 or the 0-0 draw, and they're still in first place. But teams that are interested in winning the World Cup, when they have a performance like that in the first game, they come back on the second game and they continue to put their foot on the pedal and choke out the opponent. Look at Italy in the Euro 2020. They won the first game against Turkey. They came back and they won the second game against Switzerland. There was no taking the foot off the gas. So now, England, they got to go play Wales, who, they lost to Iran, and probably the naive people are saying, well, if England beat Iran 6-2 and Iran beat Wales, then we should beat Iran 10-0. It ain't gonna happen. It isn't gonna happen. That game is gonna be a cagey game. Wales needs to win the game, and it's not going to be easy. I can guarantee you it's not going to be easy. And if maybe England is not capable of it, maybe they're not capable of beating the United States. Maybe, I don't know. But if you're not capable of beating the United States, then the tone of your fan base and everybody needs to be brought down, because all we hear around the world is that we have the best players. We have Kane, who looked like a grandpa out there yesterday, around those U.S. players. The U.S. players, I mean, they looked fast and young and hungry, and Kane looks like an old man, out there. We got Sterling. We have, Mount, Shaw, all these, Premier League players, and they cannot even put enough together to beat a team with MLS players, and most of the players playing on the starting lineup were players that, play on, teams that are getting relegated in the Premier League, and, Fulham, and, I know Pulisic plays for Chelsea, but he doesn't even start. Once in a while he'll play. Same thing with McKennie. Best, he's not a starter for AC Milan. He's a kind of a squad player, role player. He's not starting. So all these superstars on England, and they cannot even win the game against USA. And Wales ain't going to be easy come the next game. Not going to be an easy game. Um, yeah, I think England will, get it, get a point at least, but it's not going to be an easy game, and I wouldn't be shocked if Wales beat them. It's a rivalry game. There's a lot of geopolitical involved in that, and we'll just have to see how it goes. Hey, Wales doesn't want to go home. They need to win that game. Iran versus USA. That's not gonna be an easy game. That game versus England, the first game, to me, that was something was going on in that game. I don't know if the Iran, they had something on their mind, or that result was not a real result. You play Iran England 5 times, and that result doesn't happen often. Iran is a good team, and Iran, they're gonna come out, and they're ahead of USA, and they're gonna come out, and they're gonna be ready to play, and they're gonna be a hard team to play against, and they want to go through too for their country, who has a lot of issues, and that's not going to be an easy game. I would not be shocked if it ends in a draw or Iran wins, but we'll see. This game yesterday had a lot of resemblance to me in FIFA World Cup 2006. The group was Czech Republic, Italy, USA and Ghana, and if you guys remember, USA, they lost to Czech Republic 3-0 to begin the tournament, and then they had to get a result against Italy in the second game, and they ended up getting a 1-1 draw. And some would even say that they probably had a better opportunity to win the game than Italy, but then USA went to go play Ghana in the last game and didn't end up progressing. So it's kind of like a similar setup here. So that's the resemblance I saw. But so I see a lot of US fans. They're so happy that they got a 1-1 draw and 0-0 draw, and they got this mindset that, U.S. soccer has arrived. So just be cautious, because the same thing happened in 2006, where they played Italy, a very strong team that ended up winning the World Cup, and they drew them. And, if you watch that game, it was, the type of game USA played versus tonight against England was a totally different game. It was a scrappy, hard-fought game, very physical games that, Italian national team, they usually have trouble with. Plus, De Rossi, he got a red card for elbowing McBride in the face, and so the Italians, they played pretty much the whole second half down the guy. So, I will give kudos to US. They played good. They played some good football, but they just lacked the finishing. The finishing, and a lot of their chances, they were not very threatening. And like I said, the Berhalter, I think if he would have said, he would have been happy with getting a 1-1 draw. And I think that if you want to, emerge as a good soccer nation, you need to never mind the draw and go for the win. So, but anyways, we'll see what happens with the rest of the group. My picks in my tournament, I picked England and Iran to go through. So we'll see what happens. Enjoy the rest of the game. It's about time for Saudi Arabia, Poland, and have a good day, guys. See ya.